Welcome to WrestleCulture. You ready?
Am I ever ready?
Yeah. Da 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 da. It's the mother flipping deal WWE. The Fed. Da 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 da. You know it's very nearly 420.
The Fed.
You know who's back up in this? No, okay, I'm just gonna go to the end. Hold up. Hey, start my week with Monday Night Raw. Choose day. NXT, the show without flaws. Friday. SmackDown, my man Cody Rhodes, take a seat. Hope you're ready for the next episode. Hey. Watch wrestling every day.
Yeah.
I'm Adam Wilbourn from WrestleCulture, joined by Adam Nicholas and Phil Chambers from WrestleCulture to discuss all the goings on in wrestling this week. But before we get into it, if you're a fan of this sort of thing, make sure you subscribe to WrestleCulture Wrestling on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube, where we do daily wrestling podcasts. We review Raw, SmackDown, the show formerly known as NXT 2.0. AEW Dynamite, AEW Collision pay-per-views, premium live events. We have interviews, roundtable discussions, and a round of the week complete. A very good quiz, of course, on WrestleCulture. As I said, joined by Adam Nicholas and Phil Chambers live on YouTube. And I want to start this podcast off. I apologise to you, Adam Nicholas, for a question only for Phil Chambers here. Now, you put your feet up. Because Phil Chambers, this has been a big week. It's AEW Dynasty coming up this weekend. Rhea Ripley has sadly had to surrender her title. We saw the return of Sheamus on Monday Night Raw, and we will in due course get into potentially the Summer of Drew. But Friday night saw a debut on SmackDown by someone you know rather well. Your thoughts on Tamangas joining the Bloodline?
So...
I'm sorry, I mean, just return for that. Hello.
I am in two minds here, as they said on the news on Saturday. We've got a history with Tamanga.
For those unaware?
For those unaware.
Yeah, educate them.
Well, if you want the full story, randomly on New Year's Eve, he started calling out WrestleCulture on Twitter.
He went off.
And we had no idea why. Turns out there was someone who put out an article and ranked him really low in the Bullet Club or something like that. I can't remember the exact thing that started it off. But boy, howdy, did he start kicking off.
Just like we planned.
Definitely planned. But anyway, this turned into roughly a year-long feud.
Yep.
That had us at the Bullet Club block party and his dad, Haku, obviously, if you didn't already know. There's stories about Haku out there, and judging by our interactions with him, they are all very much true.
Believe them.
I believe every single one of them, as he almost murdered us all, especially Simon Miller. This close. This close.
And that was, for anyone who doesn't know, like, shoot. I was like, it looks great.
Shoot.
Looks really great. But actually, he had forgotten.
There is a behind the. We'll get. Yeah, there is a behind the scenes to all this. So so that happened, and then later on we were at Starcast at Double or Nothing.
Yes,
the first Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
And we were doing a live podcast. Thank you to Conrad Thompson for sending us out there. And Tamangas broke into that and absolutely choked me out, and you did absolutely nothing to help me. So thank you, Adam Wilbourn.
If I'd been there, Phil, I would have stopped them.
Thank you.
I would have stopped
more
them.
than this guy did.
Hosting, I
There's a time and a place for hosting, and it's not when your friend's being choked out by Tamangas.
What was I going to do? If I actually did go, right, that's it. Oh, I'm dead as well.
Just got your
Yeah.
One arm each.
And it was also very, very close to being a match between Tamangas and Simon Miller.
Yeah.
That was,
So there is all that. However, there is also the behind the scenes thing of, as much as it started out 100% a shoot.
Yeah.
He was not happy.
It turned into a work eventually, obviously. And so the Bullet Club block party stuff was arranged. And then on the day, Haku...
Yeah, we didn't think we'd just show up.
Haku...
This will be fine.
...was made aware, like the day before.
I interviewed him. Him outside. Me and Jules were hanging out with him for a while.
It was fine.
And when you look in someone's eyes and you go, oh, no, they don't remember me at all.
But when Tamatanga like threw a glass down, and I think it's some kind of like trauma response or something. It's
like
when he hears that smash, and then the red mist goes
Pavlovian
down.
dog response to the bottle.
Yeah.
Whoa, hang on, there's a bottle.
Hang on, my family is in trouble.
Yeah.
I am going to murder that person. So everything you saw from Haku in that video is 100% legitimate. He had no idea in that moment that it was supposed to be a work, and his like caveman brain, I guess, had taken over.
Muscle memory, some might call it.
Yeah. There's a bits of his like I think Tama's sister or something, and like brother, like desperately trying to hold him back at one point, and they're like, Dad, it's okay.
Not an easy guy to hold back.
Not an easy guy to hold back
at any age.
My God,
ever.
And there's us thinking it was still a work when he's just a really good actor. Whereas if he actually got his hands on us, we wouldn't be here right now.
We'd done a thing earlier with me, him, and Jules, and I think Jules had he shot something for Insane Things or something like that. And at the end, it was like, oh, can we get an image? And I took some photos, and I think someone was filming it of Haku like choking him. It was like, ha, 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 ha. And then so I was like, well, we're all friends now. This is great. Tama's been lovely to us and what have you. And you'll see in the footage, I'm like, come on then, go on. And I'm like, well, this isn't really my thing. This is obviously, Miller, and there's other people who are doing that sort of thing. And I was like, yeah, come on. And I was like, they're really selling this. They're really coming quite quickly at us here. We're not really getting chances to get enough shots, if anything, really, but I'm sure we'll work something out. And then I was like, oh, God, no. Let's just get out of here. Let's just go and run over to that grassy knoll. And then if you remember, some fans obviously went with it. And they were like, I'll get him for you, Tama. And I was like, oh, God, we're attacked from all angles.
My favorite guy was a fan at the very end of that video. It was like, get out. This is the Bullet Club's block party.
You couldn't have planned it better, though. I mean, it looked great.
Planned it better. It looked amazing.
Let me just say this, gentlemen, because I wasn't there. I'm a smart man. These things do have a propensity to go wrong. I was busy, to be fair. But the thing I took away from it all, which you might say it is they forgot, you might say it is, it might have been a right. I just think you guys just worked them so well. Your acting abilities were so on point. Your threat and menace was so high that Haku realized he couldn't just. This isn't a joke anymore.
I do ooze threat and menace.
Yeah.
You do. And as we know, family is a big, big deal in them parts.
Yep.
And,
Well, speaking of family, just Daryl, thank you for your donation in the chat. Says Stax would have taken down Tamatonga for you, Phil. I'm sure he would have.
Like, also, really easily. It's like one arm. It's like some kind of anime character. Just fling him off to the side. Goodbye.
My low-key favorite thing that we did with Tama was, I think it was the first time we ever actually had like a face-to-face interaction. And I think we were at All In or something like that.
Yeah.
And it was me and Miller. And Miller was doing an interview with him. And it was like we were sort of behind the scenes just gathering interviews with people because it's like a convention kind of thing. It was the first Starcast. And Tama just saw us, like shouted across the room. It's like, you, WrestleCulture! And like came and grabbed us and like kind of grabbed Miller and dragged him into this other room. It's like, you're interviewing me now. And then he just went on this massive like shoot rant about New Japan like not paying him enough and things. And like calling out WrestleCulture for our bull stuff. And I think he broke the record for the most amounts of swear in a WrestleCulture wrestling video ever.
Yeah. More than Cardona.
More than Cardona.
Wow. Get well soon, Matt Cardona, by the way.
So if you want a good laugh, go find the Simon Miller Tamatanga
I've watched
interview
that for
on YouTube.
ages.
It's really good. But yeah, as much as it started off as a work and then had its moments of forgetfulness, let's say, behind the scenes, Tama is a very, very nice guy.
I'm so excited for him.
Deep down inside, he's a lovely, lovely man.
Deep down inside.
On the
surface, actually, really lovely.
Really deep.
Terrible.
Keep digging.
Really, you know that meme where there's a guy digging in the tunnel. Somebody just turned around. He's given up, but the pot of gold's just on the other side. It's like, you've just got to keep. By the way,
No, he's lovely.
really made up for Tamatonga because that
me
feels
too.
like such a good time to make the move. It feels like they've slotted him in at a really high-profile slot immediately, and
It doesn't
He
just
looks
feel
the
like,
part.
you're just kind of killing time now. Like, it feels like, this is a fresh start. Roman's gone, Rock's gone, Jimmy's out, obviously.
it's that perfect, like, if it was anything else, like in storytelling, there is a power void. Like, or presumed power vacuum.
Yeah.
And he has been the guy they've thrust into that with Solo. It's like, that's perfect. Like, he must be so excited right now because that's like, and it's WWE, so he ain't going to be going on the cheap, is he? So
Yep.
I'm excited for him because I know quite a few of the New Japan wrestlers were frustrated for quite a little stint over the last few years, and it's cool to see him try
He had
something
a great
new.
run in New Japan. He was there for like 10 years or something.
Excellent.
Like 7-time tag team champion, I think, and 2-time open weight champion. Like he had a good run in New Japan, but yeah, I think this is a great thing for him. He looks the part as well in that role, and the potential of like a bloodline civil feud, Civil War type feud, is absolute gold.
Jacob Fatu also being
Yes.
saying, you're like, what they're going to do with that. I know we're all just putting the dust together, but I think we've got a right to put them together. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Bushin Ryu Cat says, Tama can sell a shell to a clam. He's that good. And says, got a great question for you. If What Culture did go to war with the new bloodline with Rock as their new chief, what one wrestler would you recruit to even the odds?
Wouldn't need one. I'd kick his ass. I would kick Dwayne's ass, top to bottom. Wouldn't even let him get a hit in. If the dead man can do it.
Yeah. I was going to say, just get dead man, surely.
If the dead man can do it, then I can do it.
Me, you, and Simon Miller. Who needs anything?
Yeah, that's it. They just grab it. If I just
I'd
grab
100%
Phil,
switch sides, by the way.
If I grab
Bye,
Phil,
guys.
it's like, sorry, guys. I'm sitting this one out. You're like Jeff Jarrett lying on the floor, letting pin you. Just like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'd just throw Phil at him. I'd like get Phil and just like,
Come on, dog.
and it was just like, it would be too much
You
from
and
the
Miller like
handle.
arm and a leg in me.
1, 2, mana.
Hi to Steve Nicolakopoulos in the chat. Thank you again for your donation. AKA Edward Shiraz Hands says, G'day. Given the wonderful news Angelo Parker and Ruby Soho are expecting, congratulations to them again from all of us here at What Culture. What is your favourite pregnancy moment in wrestling? P.S. What's The Rock's favourite Switch game? Collection of Mana. There we go.
Hey.
It's a
Pregnancy, right?
Yeah, it's a bit of a. They're all over the place, isn't it? But not a
Always
great.
Snitsky kicking them.
Yeah, it's not a great track record, have they?
Yeah, I mean, the one that immediately always springs to mind is Mae Young. Like,
Yeah.
because it's so stupid. Like, I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying in terms of memorable, the first thing that comes to my head every time is she's giving birth to a hand, and then the fact
like one
that
of
they
my
like
quiz
doubled down
questions.
and had the hand come back years
Yeah.
later. That was
A big grown-up hand. He's all grown up.
How do you explain that to anybody else in the world who doesn't watch wrestling? Like, oh yeah, it's honestly, it's great. You should watch it all the time. What's going on here with this? Why is this elderly woman giving birth to a hand?
Yeah. There was the great, was it New Japan or All Japan thing from the 90s where, I can't remember who, the Great Muta spat mist in some woman's face.
Yes.
And then that made her pregnant, and then she ended up giving birth to the sumo baby, which is pretty amazing.
Yep.
That's definitely up there for me.
And not my favourite, but always for some reason sticks in my head when because I feel like they got their own back. They sign Mike and Maria Caneles, and they go, right, we're going to do a storyline where you're not actually the dad of the baby. Maria every week is going to suggest a different person. And they go, cool, but when I go off to have this baby, and I think maybe another one, you'll still pay me, right? Yeah, it's like, okay, no bother.
Cool.
Thank you very much.
Let's get on
I love
the
Caneles.
shag and wagon,
Yeah.
Mr. Caneles. Let's
For them.
go. The greatest grift ever. I have nothing but respect for the Caneleses and their
100%.
WWE run. 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
No notes. Respect to the both of them.
And as much as I thought, she probably should just drop the title to Shayna Baszler at WrestleMania, the reveal of Asuka winning Money in the Bank, wasn't it?
And not knowing that
Yeah, that
belt's
inside
in
the
there.
briefcase
That
was
was
the
lovely,
belt.
actually.
That was nice.
Pando
That
time.
wasn't
I was
actual
about to
nice
say
moment, yeah.
a rare moment in the Pando. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, that's just lovely.
Actually nice.
Properly lovely, that. Although, I mean, it's like Shayna Baszler, oh, it's just in the background. I'm like, what about you?
Yeah.
They also tried to make you a vampire not that long ago. They really aren't doing you any favours, Shayna. You were the baddest one on the planet. What's happened?
Yeah.
It's okay, though, because Becky's having a baby. And Asuka's got the belt and a briefcase that you didn't know about. Good times. Lovely, lovely times.
Eric Vasquez, shout out to you, Eric. Great to see you over WrestleMania, of course. Great first name as well. If people still want Sidge to be more positive, AEW do better, I guess, says Eric. They're rowing about it in the chat, basically. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Fed's still cooking. Have a blessed day.
Yeah. Listen, right?
They're going to have a great weekend, AEW, we'll say that.
Yep, they will. And I've just sat and watched them do the Dynasty preview, which will be going out tomorrow, I believe, on the channel. I don't know why I say believe. I will be making sure it happens. If I remember. It is a Saturday, after all. But literally, if you think Sidgwick doesn't like WWE or you think he doesn't like AEW, it's literally, or not wrestling in general, just groans. It's not true. We do this every week, right? Every time we're on here. But now is the time I have the perfect examples for you because the Fed is, of course, cooking. It's red hot. And he would be the first person to feel like, I don't want to give them it.
Yeah.
Much like I don't want to give Dwayne things, but he takes them from me anyway because he's very good at what he does. I watched that man rant and rave about how good a lot of Monday Night Raw was. I very rarely get to say that.
Yeah.
Very, very rarely.
Enjoy
I
it
sit
while
in
it
that
happens.
chair over there and I watch a man who hates that show because it's not his cup of tea.
Yeah.
And even he has been like raving about it.
Yeah.
It's just a false narrative. It's rubbish. It's absolute rubbish.
But yeah, didn't see this weekend. I'll ask you your thoughts on some of the matches in a second. Before that, we got a question from Adams and Garles who says, "Sup guys, do we think Jack Perry makes his return to join the new elites? Also, Javon Evans might be in my top 5 currently. He's phenomenal. Love you all. Yeah, he's brilliant. A new addition to NXT, if you don't know who that is. What do you reckon, Phil? Jack Perry?
I think so. I don't think you can get away with... Well, you can't get away with showing the bug fighters no matter what, but turning it so much into an angle for the match without having some kind of payoff of the scapegoat coming back.
I think they have to, don't they?
Yeah.
Like if we've all sat and stewed over it and wondered why. Like you
Yeah.
didn't need it. You've got to make it make sense. You've got to make it feel like it was worth it now, and the time's right.
Yeah, especially if it's like he runs in and tips FDR off the ladder or whatever, so it's a ladder match, or he even runs up, grabs them and just hands them to the Young Bucks or something.
The heat would be unbelievable.
And you are the only one out of us 3 who would have seen a lot of the new fellow in NXT, who was from NXT level up. There was a lot of hype.
Yeah.
I saw the hype before he got the call up.
There was a little thing on Stand and Deliver, wasn't there? Hyping him up. And then he had his first match against Scripts a couple of weeks ago. Then he just fought Ilya Dragunov. The Dragunov match was really good on NXT. Yeah, check out Javon Evans. He's going to be a big, big star. And they've even got him his own sort of camera angle. You'll appreciate this, Phil. So,
Oh, well, I'm not. I'm cool. I'll just go fuck myself then, will I?
because he used the film for
Good. I don't know anything about cameras either. Bye, Nicholas. See you.
They shoot him.
Hate cinema. Never enjoyed it.
They shoot him.
bad.
Say this is the ring, and this is outside the ring. They shoot him basically from here, flying through the ropes. He looks awesome. He looks really, really good.
Came over the top of
Excellent.
Dragunov, didn't he, when in the prep, which is
Right.
just very cool.
Nice.
Very cool.
Osprey Danielson, who you got?
Osprey. I think you need to keep the fiery run for Osprey going until you put some kind of belt on him, probably. And Danielson kind of loves to lose. So, like, he really doesn't mind it.
You've witnessed what the Dudleys were saying about this.
I think I might be swaying towards the first of a little series between them. Because it just feels like they need to get him to Wembley. There are other options. I'm not saying Danielson's the only one, but who doesn't want to watch 3 of those matches?
Yeah.
I mean, why would you not want to do that? It might not be immediate, but I feel like it would set a good tone.
Killing time before Wembley, yeah.
And there's always that one where Brian needs probably due to win one, like a big one as well. So many times he's so selfless that he puts other people over all the time. But then you think, well, does it matter now if we beat him? Every now and again when he gets that reminder, like, oh yeah, he is still great. And then obviously Osprey can go and win the next 2 or whatever, which would be ideal. But you forget they've still got time to fill in here, and they're not exactly famous for making sure those builds to pay-per-views are 10 out of 10.
They've done a really good job, I think, of setting up Thunder Rosa to fight for the title. She never lost.
Yeah.
Does she win it back on Sunday?
Not for me. She might do, but not for me. I would keep it on Tony probably, at least just because, again, it's that weird, there's that little distance now, which feels like because you got the pay-per-view, it still needs to have meaning, but also we do kind of want to make sure that all of the big stuff's happening on that show. So.
Yeah, I'm with you as well. I think keep it on Tony for a while. I think the money match at some point is Mercedes versus Tony.
Money.
And you've got to get there at some point. And if you don't do it now while Tony's hot and Mercedes is fresh, then what are you doing?
Yep. Do we know, is there a timeline for Mercedes? I'm assuming that's
working double or nothing.
Working double or nothing, okay.
But beyond that, prior to that even, I don't know, I'm very much subscribing to Sidge's philosophy of it's weird that she hasn't had a match.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you just go, here she is, and here's a match against anybody. No. You build it up, obviously.
Yeah, but given that we were all saying maybe you just literally start with a match with her.
Yes. Conspicuous by the fact that
it's not like they haven't been building to something with the Julia Hart and like Willow stuff. There's like potentials there, but it's just odd that they're not pulling the trigger on it.
And I know why they did the lights off, lights on thing. Oh, Julia Hart, but it's not Julia Hart. It's Chris Statlander sort of thing. But also, that's also conspicuous of you not even showing her taking one bump.
Yeah.
I can't have any. Anyway, finally, because I was fascinated to chat about this with the Dudleys, and it's available as a full podcast whenever Acast starts working on my computer again very soon. Swerve surely has to leave as champion, doesn't he?
Yes, I think so. I think if this isn't the year you crown Swerve, then why? Why the hell not?
Why not already?
Yeah. And I think this storyline's been going on probably long enough to actually get there. Like, they've obviously had the Hangman Page stuff and the triple threats and the things, so like to elongate it out. But I think now is the time, and have him do a nice run up until, I assume, Osprey Swerve at All In, which would be incredible. And then Osprey wins the title there in the UK in front of 70,000 people or whatever it's going to be a hell of a moment. And it's like, now I think is long enough to give Swerve a respectable title run with it to All In. And just all the matches you can get out of it would be bloody incredible. But Swerve's been great, so I think it's time. And Samoa Joe, you can heat him up whenever you want because he's Samoa Joe.
Yeah, we all thought, he's came to AEW and they've kind of ruined him. And he's not ruined him, but he just haven't utilised him as well. And then suddenly he had this yet another Samoa Joe resurgence, and you were like, oh yeah, no, he needs to hold the world title for a while now. But yeah, I think
he's been great at it. Like,
he's just great.
Yeah.
He's always great. Every time you count him out, he's like, oh, I'll just remind you actually. I'll remind you, I'm really great. Yeah, in case you forgot. I honestly don't know where I sit with that one.
Yeah,
it's the fact that again, it's the timing of all this is like, I really want Swerve to hold the belt. I do. Do I want him to just immediately lose it to Will Ospreay, who is definitely the guy? This was the thing we talked about. We talked about this weeks ago when we said, if I'm Swerve at the previous pay in a Revolution, I'm like, maybe now or when.
Yeah.
It's not that it's now or never. I don't believe in that. I think it's just that, like, it needs to mean something. Like, and the chase has lost its momentum a little bit from that point where he was red hot and we were like, now, do it now, put it on him now, and didn't. And it's like, I don't know. I could definitely see them not doing it and having him. But then I actually think that there's a real big danger there of him getting lost down the shuffle, because after Okada's done with the belt he's got at the minute, surely
you can plot
he's
it.
going up. After Osprey's got the belt, he's there. Who have you got coming back? We've literally named the who's who of who could be at the top. If John Moxley ever gets rid of the IWGP Heavyweight Championship and is like back in the running for that belt, there's just a massively crowded field, and that gap was just there.
Yeah.
So I guess I think I'd rather see him with it. If I'm going with hard, I'd say I'd rather see him with it and have a good run, and then come back and get another shot at it. I just don't want him to miss out.
Yeah,
but
even if it's
time,
just 4 months.
Yeah.
Same time, I am a bit like,
I'm a bit with you. I'm like, it's 4 months. It's going to be 4 months if we go to Wembley, but it could have been 6 months or whatever. I still think that they should have put it on a Revolution, in my opinion. But yeah, like you say, you go like, okay, Joe to Swerve, and then you're like, okay, obviously Swerve to Osprey to Okada to Omega, maybe back to Osprey. Then MJF will probably be back.
yeah, Max is in the wings. We haven't even got to Max yet. And I'm like, what are we? There was a little, there it was. And like, I'm not saying I even disagree with Joe winning the triple threat or anything like that. The finish would have been better if they'd got it right, like we talked about. But like, oh, hello. But like, but if they'd nailed it and given him that little bit extra, it would probably feel like more. But I'm still not against Joe having his run. So it's a Tony Khan issue. It's not my problem, I guess. But I just would feel real bad if Swerve didn't get a good swing at it.
Talking injuries, terrible news about Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
But an opportunity for Liv Morgan potentially coming out of this. What do you think?
Yeah. I think it's your whole gimmick at this point, where it's like sometimes guys getting an injury is actually quite good. I actually think that Ripley has kind of got a nice chance to go away and reset. Probably sounds like maybe because she's done a lot. She's become like a top star without really having, in my feelings, like reached that in-ring peak at all. Like she's got so much more to give.
Yeah.
This gives a chance to kind of heat up some dance partners for her, I think, and something exciting, a new name in there. Like, you know, like literally anybody. Like, there's a bunch of women in there who are desperate for a chance. Whether or not it'll work for them, you don't know, but you've got to take a shot on them. So give it a go.
Yeah, absolutely. She had a great match with Becky, regardless of the situation behind it. When you hear about the behind-the-scenes things,
Both of them now.
It's
like,
both of them. Like 105-degree fever or whatever
When's
it was.
that documentary coming out?
I know, right?
Where is the documentary, WWE?
I think someone might have to clear some footage. I don't know who could be.
Who could that be?
So she went out on a high, at least, in terms of
absolutely.
Defending at WrestleMania is a pretty great way to sort of go out. But yeah, it's gives a space for Liv, like we say. She got a great reaction when she came out on Raw to come and try and attack her. And I think it's not just for Rhea in terms of like refreshing and like coming back later down the line. But it puts a interesting spanner in the works for Judgment Day as well. With the Damian Priest is now the champion, so he's going to be trying to take control. And then you've got the thing of Finn Balor still wanting the tag team titles, but Damian Priest going like, no, I don't care, I got this now. So I think that's an interesting spanner in the works for Judgment Day for whenever Rhea Ripley does come back. If that whole thing's falling apart and she just comes back and like, what guys, what have you done?
I will say my one net positive, and you never want to talk about positives when someone gets injured, but my one net positive is that the Terror Twins will go away.
God, yeah, that was
a
awful.
bad name, man. Like, I'm so happy for you. WWE have nailed everything about this last night. How have they done that? Drew got his moment, you got your moment. Cool. And Terror Twins. What?
You what now?
Come again? How long did you workshop this? These are two of the baddest.
Rhea's not really injured.
Yeah. She's totally. No, it's a match kind of. Yeah, she's like, bang, bang. Trying to smash it out with joint. No, that was for me. Be cool to be like, let's just. It never happened.
Yeah,
that never happened. I hope he kicks ass in his role for show.
Yeah, I like the power vacuum thing at the top of Judgment Day, and inevitably Finn Balor. That Finn Balor Damian Priest match is going to kick ass when it happens.
What happens to Dom without Mammy? And like, do they still have her on telly? Does she still come out on telly? Or do you think
I felt like on Raw that they definitely weren't. Like,
that's
she
the
said
thing.
goodbye.
Like, let her have a rest.
A hard cut. Yeah.
She needs a rest.
It's like the Adam Cole thing that Sid was talking about. Right? It's like, yeah, keep coming to telly. Why would you do that? It's like, but what?
Yeah. All you're doing
Never
is
pay anything off, but keep coming to
yeah.
town.
You're making him fly places, and you're making him not be able to do his rehab as much as he probably would like to.
Aditya Krishna Murphy says Dom is going to cheat and he's going to be with Liv. Can you imagine that?
Oh, gets a new mammy. I'm mammy now.
A new mammy.
I'm your mammy now.
I mean, Nia Jax is free.
Yeah.
Aditya,
She'd be a good mammy. She
Everyone
got
is
some
hers,
attitude and
apparently,
was
as
like,
well.
I'm mammy now. I am mammy now. Oh, God.
Aditya, I apologise now. I'm going to keep mentioning this for the next few months.
As your own idea.
No, this is the thing. I will say, someone said this, and I'll never...
No, note it down then. Write it down on your phone. Don't just say I'm not going to credit you and then just get away with it.
apologise now. I've done that.
Nah, take down
I'll
the
do
names.
the hard yards.
Yeah, I'll get him to take the names down. I'm so in love with the mammy now, and he doesn't even have a choice in it. And then eventually he's like, he hates it, but then he warms to it. Oh, they're going to coexist. Stockholm syndrome's real. And then he's like, yeah. And then you just need to find a way to put it all together.
Big fan.
Yep. Oh, well, we've just fixed it there. Doesn't matter. It's all good. All good.
I'm sending a message to you, Nicholas.
Okay.
It says, I'm mammy now, with Aditya's name attached to it. There we go. Thank you. Couple of other things to talk about before we get to today's hashtag Bloody Good quiz. The potential for a Summer of Drew is becoming more and more of a reality. The news coming out recently that Drew's probably got about 6 weeks left on his contract. He's still all over the advertising for Clash at the Castle in Scotland, of course. And he's feuding with Punk. This just makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah. No, go, throw it if you look ready to go there. I'm going to throw it to you first on this one because you look all
not that ready
excited.
to
You
go.
were like,
I was just saying, I was talking to Murray about this just the other day of the potential of them just repeating all that, but with Drew in Punk's place.
Perfect.
Doing the blowaway kiss thing. There's like everything, building it back to the SummerSlam match against Punk, whereas obviously it was the John Cena match with Punk. There's so many things you can do. Bring Kevin Nash back. No, don't do that.
Hamlet is in the chat, so do be careful.
who's the Scottish Kevin Nash?
Who's a Scottish
Is there a Scottish Kevin Nash? Who isn't cancelled?
Wolfgang.
Yeah.
Who is
Been
it?
training
The
Dwayne.
Rock? Yeah. He's got a bit of Dwayne swagger now, has he?
Yeah, without the Kevin Nash stuff and the weird mobile phone, whatever the hell that was. That was bad.
Cool to use that as a framework and maybe sometimes swerve away from it. A bit like if Wes Anderson was going to reference a film that he from the past in his films, then he goes, you think you know what's going to happen in this scene, but I flipped it on its head.
But it's Drew mocking Punk, doing all of the things that Punk did, but Punk would know where that's coming from, so he'd have a way of flipping it around to try and get some babyface.
Like some twists and some turns between the two of them.
And that it's just right there. It's right there. It's,
They got a relationship with ICW? I feel like Tripp
they
showed up there
used
once.
to,
Yeah.
and then they took them off the network. So
Okay.
And they
probably 'cause
squashed.
they just got bored of giving them money, I guess.
Oh, yeah, because I was thinking that. I was like, well, that's ready-made to just
Drew
have.
showing up in ICW would be very funny.
Yeah.
That would be good.
I said about, when we talked about this, they are developing a relationship with TNA. Whether or not they'd send their world heavyweight champion to appear in TNA, I don't know, but...
Kind of dangerous, that.
Yeah, but Drew cut
many
in
levels.
a An
We'll
old
put on
school ICW promo at an ICW show holding the WWE title is gold, absolute gold.
And hey, look, if they can't work that out with TNA or ICW or Progress or whoever it may be, Phil, if they insist, we'll have to put on another WCPW show, mate.
If they insist. Good luck. Good luck with that. We'll have to come up with a new company,
We'll
I
get
think.
Drew back, we'll get Cody back.
We basically, what we need to do is we have to come up with a new company, guys, right? So a new wrestling brand called Definite Wrestling, because there's definitely wrestling on that show, right? That's easy. You just have the same brand and it's just called Definitely Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just get them all back.
I'll work it. I'll do something.
Yeah, you make a few calls. Yeah, get your best friends on the show. We're just the best friend invitational. And it's just Rey Mysterio, it's
Wade Barrett,
Maxwell Jacob Freeman. Easy, that'd be a great show. You got loads of best friends. Who else?
Who else have we got? Osprey. He's threatened to kick my head off before.
Yeah, it's your best friend.
Back.
Vince Russo loves you.
Oh, yeah.
We're not paying him, but we'll see if we can get him on there. Tama. He really want to kick your ass, though, more than anything, probably.
True, but...
Yeah. Still, Miller's got friends coming out to Wesel.
Stacks, obviously.
Stacks good wrestling. Oh, Stacks. He had a couple of bangers the other week. We'll get him on the show.
Me versus Stacks.
You versus Stacks in a match.
Doink. 2 doinks.
He's not a definitely original, though. So.
This is true. You've got to be definitely got to be a wrestler.
Bushin Ryukat says, should Drew do some segments where he's getting therapy? That's very good as well. Nice.
Quite good. But the belt in the fridge.
Oh, Moose!
Wasn't it?
Rachel Patala's reminded us about Moose. Moose. I think I've still got Moose's number randomly.
Hey?
Should we give him a ring? No.
Give him a ring.
All right, mate.
Is it though?
Is it Moose?
Is the answer no, Moose? Yeet or no yeet? You've got to put into that cat. I've just realised one day I'll have to do that.
Yeah.
Is it yeet or intia?
Genuinely, I was thinking about that yesterday.
Oh,
I was hanging up the washing. I was hanging up the washing.
More ideas.
I was hanging up the washing thinking, if we'd have done one of those queues, you had to interview the wrestlers. You're waiting for like 20 minutes, but like an hour or something, like a cool 3 seconds. Thanks very much.
Just keep asking.
Just do yeet or no yeet with Jay.
Nice.
And just, I don't know what the questions I'd ask him.
No, that's it. And he goes, yeet. All right. That's Jay. So everybody, back to you. I tell you what.
Thanks, Jay.
Yeah.
The whole wait, we waited 2 hours for this. Oh, you weren't recording?
Yeet. Final answer? Okay. Back to you, everyone.
Let's see if you're right.
You got like a little board. You just rip it off. It's just got numerous different yeet or no yeet. Ready? Yeet or no yeet. It was no yeet.
Jay.
Thanks for playing, Jay. We'll see you next time on Yeet or No Yeet. We now have to do something of this nature, I think.
Yep.
Door or no door. Ask everybody and just compile it all together. Mm-hmm. Did they get it right? No, they got it wrong. Every time. Every time.
I think he's getting
you need to play Door or No Door with Bailey. That's the one. That's the one right there.
Oh, yes.
Someone else has probably had to use the door at some point in wrestling.
Yeah.
Could always do it with if Bailey's busy. She's usually JC Jane. They've got a pretty good relationship with that door as well.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Goldberg, he's got a good relationship with doors.
Go to France. J'adore.
J'adore.
It's got a double meaning, you see. Is j'adore. There is the answer. No, j'adore.
Aditya's very excited when Drew comes back as the real world champion. Yeah, that'd be fantastic. Yeah. And Business Company Network have been on.
Hello. That sounds very professional.
We at BCN are huge fans of the unbiased, knowledgeable, and elite level of professional wrestling coverage at WhatCulture. Dynasty will be goated. Osprey Okada gives us chills every time. Yeah, I can't wait till they get around to that one.
Yeah.
Thank you to the Business Company Network.
Who's this WhatCulture wrestling you speak of? Sound very knowledgeable and professional too.
Professional. Thank you very much.
One final thing I want to talk about, and it's going to segue nicely into the hashtag Bloody Good Quiz, in fact, is
you planned it that way.
The return of Sheamus.
Oh.
With some really needless hate online. Just happy to see him back. And
people are weird, man.
They are weird, aren't they?
If anything, right, a victim of his own success.
Yeah.
Sheamus, in incredible nick all the time.
Incredibly jacked for too long.
All the time. Just in incredible shape.
Yeah.
Man has literally survived some terrible neck stuff.
Yeah.
Right? And
it's like even the picture that they used as a side-by-side thing. Have you seen how in shape he is in that picture? That's ludicrous.
Absolutely stupid. And then very obviously wanted to come back.
Yeah.
And probably could have waited if he felt like it to get himself in the same shape.
he got
Did
rushed
you
back,
see his
didn't he?
tweet? Yeah. Like he put out a tweet saying, I was aiming for the draft and I got rushed back early.
Rushed back.
Right.
So
But
you just-
I liked how he played it off. It was like, yeah, very funny, guys, but maybe stop the body shaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just stupid, man.
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait for him to do it. You know, I'd rather he just was like, I don't need to do it. He probably want to do it for himself, but it'd be nice to be like, nah, bollocks to you then. He'll move. I'm not going to get in
Have you ever
shape.
seen his YouTube channel? He is ludicrous,
Man,
the kind of
he is.
workouts and stuff he does. Let him have a bit of a break and relax a bit and rest and get better.
So dumb, man.
I hate that. Yeah, when rest
He'd
is
still
away.
kick your ass.
He
I'll tell you that
absolutely
much.
would.
He'd
He
kick your ass.
absolutely would.
I hate when people like that. Yeah, they're away. They're injured or they're just taking a break and they don't. They've just gone to the shop and someone's like, look at what so and so looks like. Well, I don't think they're anticipating being plastered all over the internet when they went out.
Like turned. It's like the all in Ben Affleck memes and
Yeah.
where he's got his Dunkin' Donuts and he's like, oh, it's falling over. Some of my favourite pandemic moments. That like, you're just like me, Ben. Look, I can't have Dunkin' Donuts, but I've got pizza boxes. It's the same stuff.
But yeah, to cheer Sheamus up, we know he watches, obviously. I thought I'd dedicate a
I
specific.
need you to do the other thumb, unfortunately, otherwise this doesn't go very far.
We
anyway.
played Sheamus and Cesaro, didn't we?
We did very early in our What Culture careers.
You were the bar.
We were the bar. I was wearing, I believe, the bald cap for me was a inside out Rey Mysterio mask.
Yep, that's how
Which obviously
it works
looked
here.
a great deal like baldness.
Yep.
And you just were you.
I like this.
obviously-
I've once used. I once used the Dwayne the Rock head thing that we've got as a bald cap as well. So
Look at us.
little connection
Get on
there.
money's worth.
Hey. Making it
Making
work.
the most of what we've got.
Multi-million-pound company. Can't invest in a swimming cap, apparently. Too much money and time, that one. So, we've got two masks you just turn inside out.
I do love that when you're like, oh yeah, we're gonna shoot this video for our, thank you very much to everyone who subscribed to the YouTube channel. 2 million odd subscribers. Yeah. And I've got that doctor's coat knocking about. Let's use that again, shall we? We got one bag of costumes that's never changed in about 6 years.
Everyone's like, oh, they've made of money. It's got a crack in that. And they're just about to start a podcast and the wall falls off. That's not even a wall. Sorry to ruin the illusion, everyone.
Yes.
Like, oh my
Everything
God.
goes together with duct tape.
Turns out we're just hanging on by a shoestring the whole time.
Well, anyway, enough of all that. It's now time for a bloody good quiz. And this week's quiz is brought to you by another podcast. I thought I'd give them a shout out because I meant to shout them out last week when we were talking all things Mania, and I completely forgot.
Interesting.
Do you remember when we were waiting to go to Wale Mania with that lovely Mexican, and we met the guys?
Wally
Mania.
I'm just trying to keep saying it. Go on, Nip. I do remember the guys, yes.
Jason and Jared from the No Shave Man
Yeah,
Cave.
lovely
Shout out
chaps.
to them, lovely lads.
Lovely guys.
They sent us a lovely tweet saying, shout out to the What Culture team. Thank you for the chat. Lovely to chat to them. Go and check out their podcast. It's great stuff.
What was the name of that cool, is it called Lucha Cartel? Was that the bar?
Yeah.
With the skateboards across
Yeah,
the
very
thing?
good. Skateboard, Last Supper mural.
Oh,
thing.
if you're ever in
So
Philadelphia-
good. With luchadors as the Last Supper. It's good.
On, Lucha Cartel,
If you're
yeah.
ever in Philadelphia and like your wrestling and like your Mexican food and beers, go to Lucha Cartel. It's an awesome vibe. We went there, it was really quiet to begin with, and then it literally just filled up and it was jam-packed. A really cool atmosphere.
They're good. Like quesadillas and stuff were like on offer or something. They were delicious.
Yeah, quesadillas on offer. They had mojitos and margaritas on offer, I believe. Just
Oh, yeah, Sid started that ball rolling, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yep, we had a very sensible time in there.
Very sensible.
And then an even more sensible time at Wally Mania.
Even
Yes.
more
Yep.
sensible.
And we'll end the tape there.
Definitely more sensible time afterwards.
Hey! Yep, even more sensible,
Even
Phil.
more sensible.
Me and Ham were talking about this as something that...
We had levels that night, didn't we? We all had levels.
Oh, we
that
all
night,
had
didn't we?
levels.
We all had our own very specific level.
That was good.
me and Hamlet were talking about this of I want something. I've always wanted something to say. This is a story we will never tell on the channel or on social media. But if you come to the live show and it's something we're not filming,
Okay.
Yeah.
we'll tell you there.
And we're always filming.
There you
That's
go.
how you catch them out. You never tell anyone.
The next live show,
Whenever that is.
whenever that is.
If there's another live show happening sometime soon.
There's another
just to
show
say,
on somewhere,
Yeah.
maybe.
If there's another show on, then I guess maybe
You'll find out what
you'll
that's
find
all
out.
about.
But the point being that sometimes there are stories that are not for the microphone.
Indeed.
Is the end point. I like my privacy. I like sharing some of my privacy.
Yeah.
But I like sharing the parts I want to share. Phil Chambers has a photograph of me that not many people on earth have. That's the best way I could put that.
Oh, I took me a second that did.
Yep.
And that's
my
where
favourite
that
photo I've
will
ever
end.
taken of you.
It's actually, I thought
It might be the only photo
I
I've
know.
ever taken of you.
I've actually got one of mine, which is just a really nice one I took of you. You don't know about this. I'm telling them live on air. He was in the kitchen downstairs, and the lighting was just really nice. And I was like, oh, look at that. He looks like he's doing something. And,
Whereas meanwhile,
oh, Nicholas.
I'm going to show him this tomorrow.
Nicholas at his lowest. Let's go. Actually, to be fair, I thought I looked pretty hot. I was like, damn. Yeah, good stuff.
So 10 questions, all about Sheamus.
They'll never guess what happened in that night, will they? We've covered that well.
Multiple choice, shout your name, wait for it to come to you, and remember, it's just for fun.
Just for fun.
Just for fun.
Just for fun, Phil.
Just
remember?
like that night.
Just like that night. Just like that. We did have a lot of fun, to be fair.
Yeah, I had a great night. I really
A lot
enjoyed
of
it.
fun.
I had a great time.
The bar was called. I'm on a shout out
You
to
are
Philly
on a
mode,
shout
mate.
out to Philly
The
mode.
National Mechanic, I believe the bar was called.
Yep.
Because I remember, because I was like, that's a really weird name for a bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we did manage to keep it
Can't
open
remember
longer
our
than
name.
usual.
Yeah.
Because we managed to bring more people to the bar, which
did.
was Michael Hamflet and his cousin, who were in bed,
And then
I
we
believe.
spent a lot of money.
And then we spent a lot. No, we didn't, Phil. We didn't.
We spent some.
We spent the correct
a
amount of money.
respectable amount
The correct.
of money.
You've blown this, Phil. Well done. Well
Question
done.
number one.
Question number one.
I've asked this one before, I'm just testing your memory.
Okay.
Which of these jobs did Sheamus have before WWE? Was he a police officer? Was he a limo driver?
Done this before, haven't we?
Was he a musician? Or was he a bodyguard?
Bill, limo driver.
No, dear, that's wrong.
It's John Cena.
I remember you saying someone was a driver.
What were the options?
Man, I
again?
know what the other one is.
Police officer, musician, bodyguard.
I'll go bodyguard, your officer.
Yeah.
Your officer? Your officer. Your officer. Your honour.
Okay.
For Bono, in fact, according to reports. Sounds like one of those. Yeah, okay. What did it
Oh,
actually?
for Bono, was it?
Yeah.
Sheamus once appeared on the Podge and Rod show. We all know the Podge and Rod show, obviously.
Yeah, big fan.
Sheamus once appeared on the Podge and Rod show dressed as what? Is it
I hope it's a lime.
a member of Westlife, a leprechaun, a four-leaf clover, or Michael Flatley off of Riverdance?
Not a lime.
Remember Riverdance?
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel like they would have gone for low-hanging fruit with this one.
Yeah.
So it's one of the two
Low-hanging fruits.
Irish options.
But then he's one to go for low-hanging fruits as well.
He is. He is.
He has been known
He's
to
the old,
enjoy a low-hanging fruit.
In the past.
The Garden of Eden was full of these low-hanging fruits, and he ate every last one of them. They're just about to give him the speech about temptation. He's already got 3 fruits in his mouth. Like, yeah.
Member of Westlife, leprechaun,
Yeah.
four-leaf clover, Michael Flatley.
Look at this guy. I will say I'll take a hit on this one.
Okay.
Well, what were the two in the middle?
Leprechaun, four-leaf clover.
Yeah, Nicholas Leprechaun, because
Yeah.
yeah,
Of course.
he's really
Yeah,
tall.
of course.
It's like the opposite.
Question 3. What move did Sheamus take before even appearing on the main roster? So is he hit with a pedigree, an FU, an RKO, or a tombstone?
Pedigree feels about right, doesn't it? Because it's like Triple H's best friend, isn't he? My best friend, Triple H. That's how he talks.
Yeah.
Famous for talking that way. I don't think it's right, but yeah, I'll go with that. Triple H, pedigree.
It was in like
Because
the classic like security DX.
He's definitely, I can just imagine him in his black polo and Triple H being like, this will get you over, kid.
Yeah.
I'll pedigree you into the sun. That'll get you over.
Yeah.
This is how it's going to work for you.
And then you take me out, and then I'll come back and beat you before WrestleMania, and then
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll go on to face Taker.
Every time you nearly succeed, now I'll just take it off you. Okay. Go.
Question 4. Which wrestler did Sheamus allegedly help get signed to WWE? Finn Balor, Jordan Devlin, Becky Lynch, or Finlay?
Loves it, doesn't he? Just
He
loves
loves it.
He bloody loves it. He
Phil,
does.
why not? Finn Balor.
Sounds about right.
No, dear, that's wrong.
What was the other ones?
Jordan Devlin, Becky Lynch, or Finlay?
And the irony is, what if he's doing
Yeah,
somehow?
one of these days.
Yeah, one of these days.
Not today, but one of these
See,
days.
I feel like Balor helped Becky, and I also
I
thought Balor helped
JD,
Devlin as well.
Yeah.
So I'm like, but then in his eyes, maybe
That was my working out.
multiple people helped him. It's a bit of a cheat code. So I'm going to say Becky Lynch.
Yeah, that's
Shout out
my
to Devon Dowling and Big MGM in the chat who've got this right. You saying Becky Lynch?
Yes, please.
Yay!
Yeah.
From 4.
I feel like I'm with you on that, though.
Yeah.
You probably helped. They probably just all help each
Probably,
other.
yeah.
So Adam Nicholas, 4 from 4. Top of the scoring. Question 5.
I already knew you were going to do it as well. I could see it. I could see it in your eyes.
Santino Barella once attempted. There, it's fine. Once attempted to apologise to Sheamus with what? Was it a pint, tea and crumpets, a poem, or a performance of Riverdance?
God damn it.
You really got on one with
Bill,
Riverdance, didn't you?
why
Go on.
not? A pint. Everyone, they always love pints and things.
No, dear, that's wrong.
See, my brain is telling me that he got it wrong because he's an idiot. So tea
I
and
thought they'd do the
crumpets.
thing where he like has a pint, but then like, oh, I don't like this or something. One of those.
Or like spits in his
Yeah.
face. I'm thinking that he went for the tea and crumpets because he's like British, but
British.
he's like, no, tea and crumpets, please.
Yay!
Yeah. All right, I'm out now. You've got 5 questions to get it right.
keep
boy.
going. I'm going for the clean sweep of nothing.
I'm good.
I loved the scene. Him and Vladimir Kozlov sitting down for tea and crumpets, and he was like, there was like all this like, you're really pale, have some milk. Oh no, I've messed it up.
Not like that.
Yeah. You
It's
mentioned
nice to have a good fed, isn't it?
WWE, is like that era, that's so predictable, aren't
Yeah.
they? Like, just do the math. Anyway, good luck, Phil. 5 questions here.
Question 6. You mentioned his YouTube channel, his workouts.
Yeah.
But which of these Sheamus workout videos is the most popular? Is it
One with a girl on the thumbnail.
Sheamus and Sheamus and
Picked all the women is what he's done now.
Sheamus and Jinder Mahal and Drew McIntyre.
Oh,
Double bubble.
band.
Sheamus. I'm just going to read out the names of the videos actually. So Jinder Mahal and Drew McIntyre, John Cena.
Jinder Mahal, not in the. Oh, sorry, no, he is.
Yeah.
Oh, you said Sheamus and Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, never mind.
Never mind, Jinder.
John Cena pose down brackets with new hair.
Whoa.
I mean, that's your winner right there.
Yeah.
Edge splitting wood, chop chop. Or
The chop chop adds so much to that.
Chop Chop does.
Yeah.
or
There's an art to this. There is an art.
There is.
or you know,
Speaking of art,
or Liv Morgan butt workout, you know, which
I'm going to go with the Liv Morgan butt workout.
I don't think it's real. I think he's made it up. Phil.
they're all real. All of these.
Oh, he's there.
All of these are real.
All right, in that
What are you
case,
saying?
stick. I would stick. If that's real.
No, dear, that's wrong.
There's not that many pervs on the internet. Well, there is.
Yes,
actually.
there is.
I can tell you exactly how many there are. Where are we now? So, Jinder Mahal, Drew McIntyre, 1.4 million views.
John
John
Cena one with the hair. Right?
Yeah.
It's got to be the winner.
People were obsessed about John Cena's hair for a while.
Liv Morgan butt workout, 988,000.
Is that it? How long has it been
Wow.
out? Like, has that been out?
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
John Cena
The
posed
people
down.
mustn't
People
know
aren't
about it,
into
that's
Liv
the
Morgan's
problem.
butt, I guess.
Nah, they mustn't know about it more than anything, I think.
John Cena posed down with new hair, 998,000 views, which means the winner was in fact Edge chopping. Where is it? I've lost it now.
Chop.
Chop, chop.
That's what made it.
Click, click, more
Yeah,
like.
click, click. Am I right?
Have a views? Have a scroll around.
I will say John Cena.
You could have
Why
written
is he
these
not
down
just
earlier.
like
You could have just written them down
set
earlier.
the views though to like the?
Oh, I have. That's what I've done. Because the number one most watched video on his channel is John Cena's split machine. Van Damme's 16 million views. John Cena warm up and stretch has 7 million views. Charlotte Flair back squats to the max has quite a few views as well, along with Rhea Ripley Nightmare Arms workout.
There we go.
Edge splitting wood chop chop has 1.7 million views.
There it is.
I also was going to ask you on it because I was
It's like
looking.
talking to my mum. Just like, you want to tell us a story? Are we gonna? So you know that person? You do. You remember them, don't you, from when you were a kid? Can we just get to the facts at the end, the bit that actually matters?
What was the name? You remember him.
Come on.
They had the hair.
And then at the end, it's like, it doesn't matter, actually. That's not really relevant to the story. We've been 5 minutes at this. I've been ringing relatives to find out names of people who don't exist.
He's been doing some workouts over
Ma'am.
the past year. Misfit workout, Santos Escobar, El Workout del Fantasma. But the most popular one recently is Kathy Kelly Booty Blaster workout. So.
Yep. Next question.
To watch later.
Yeah. Okay. The sad thing is, I know he's done it.
Question 7.
Yep.
You can get this one.
Nah, I'm going for the clean sweep. Of
Clicks
nothing.
were a shoot, brother. Did I not? Oh, yeah. No? Yeah, okay.
Okay. Which beloved children's show character has Sheamus played? Beloved might be a stretch, actually, but which children's show character?
Which character?
Yes. Has Sheamus played? Is it Peppa Pig? Is it one of the biker mice from Mars? I just had a bit of a fall into my childhood watching.
That would have worked. Yeah, for sure.
Is it Rocksteady from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Yeah.
Or is it Cat Dog?
Come on, you got this.
No, I wrote that one for you.
Feline canine, little cat dog.
You know
cat
this.
dog.
Cat
dog. Alone in the world is a little cat dog.
You have Sheamus and Cesaro do each end.
Yeah.
Rocksteady.
That's pretty good.
That would be good.
Yeah.
It was
And
Rocksteady.
then they could go and do cow and chicken as well.
Mama had a
That would-
chicken.
yeah.
Mama had a cow. Dad was proud. He didn't care how.
Well, then a lot of us filled today.
I always remember you like Cat Dog.
Cow. Great theme song.
They were on a roll at that point.
Ren and Stimpy as well.
Ren and
Yeah, Ren and
Stimpy.
Stimpy was
They were
good.
going through like a Jim Johnson peak era there, weren't
Yeah.
they, with the music. It was like,
Yeah.
what if Ed, Ed and Eddie was great as well? Brilliant.
Biker Mice from Mars was a shoot goat as well.
Biker Mice from Mars was great. I mean, I can't remember much about how all the figures though. They were all jacked. Vince McMahon would have loved the Biker Mice from Mars. I mean, fuck that guy, obviously, but back in the 90s, he would have loved getting the Biker Mice from Mars on the show and being
In the
like,
90s.
what if we what if we got 4 guys to be the Biker Mice from Mars on the show? I've already lost him. He's singing the BoJack Horseman theme. Why am I interrupting that? Proceed.
Yes.
No, I'm done.
You did that. Okay.
Where were we? Oh, yeah.
Mars, I think.
Just singing kids' theme songs. Anyone else in the chat want me to sing any more?
Higher or lower on any? Yeah. Would you like make your requests now, and you have 30 seconds with the delay, and we'll get Adam Wilbourn to sing at least one of your favourite kids' theme songs. Your time starts now.
We were, Louise were chatting the other day. We've got a baptism, a friend's child's baptism, called Scarlett next weekend.
Oh yes, I was just talking to my folks about this last night.
And they said, oh, can you write us a Scarlett quiz? You know, a quiz like famous, Scarlett Johansson, people like that. I was like, yeah, no worries, I'll just write a whole quiz about Captain Scarlett and the Mysterons. Thank you very much.
Captain Scarlett. Dun, 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 dun. This
Right,
is
Devin
the
Downing.
voice of the Mysterons.
The most terrifying.
Yeah, of course it is. Who puts a light on the wall and you're like, oh, shit.
Devin Dowling simply says SpongeBob, obviously. So
You got the lyrics in your bag, have you?
I can do as far as I can remember.
Come on then, let's go.
Are you ready,
No,
kids?
not to me.
Okay, sorry.
Down the camera.
You know where the money is.
Are you gonna do it there? Don't leave me hanging here, please.
Are you going to help? Please, guys.
Please. Are you ready, kids? You sons of bitches. Aye, Captain! I can hear you! Aye, Captain! Oh! Is it a pineapple under the sea?
SpongeBob SquarePants.
I can't remember the...
Absorbent and yellow and porous is he.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
If Sonic Donuts is all that you wish. I think
SpongeBob SquarePants.
So flop on the deck and flop like a fish.
Don't know the lyrics.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
SpongeBob SquarePants. SpongeBob
SquarePants.
River dancing, up you get. So don't kick the wire, you lose the whole pod.
Big MGM just says, this is cinema.
Bum, bum. Bum, bum. Wait, will I press the button? Then no,
No, we got... Hang on, wait.
I didn't get up for nothing.
Phil, you know what to do. Just follow our lead. Hang on.
Just follow the lead.
Oh, dear.
Anyway, question 7.
Chris Apple says...
these ain't what they used to be.
Chris Apple says, you guys are doing this for your job.
Look at me now, Ma. Look at me now.
Just sold out show in Philadelphia. You're the idiots that watch it. I don't know what can I say.
Question 8.
One of life's great mysteries, that.
275 people paid to see me do the worm.
Yeah. Well, at least
blow out your
and
knee
they
as well.
almost didn't get to. That's why your knees ain't so good anymore.
I know, yeah.
I wish he'd gone off the stage, man. I was a little more. I was like, oh, he saved it. I was really wanting
If
to
I
say,
hadn't moved, I was like, I'll get out of the way. If I hadn't moved, I'd have had a shoot concussion. He'd have hidden bladed me in the back of the head.
footage of that going up soon on the channel.
Yeah.
Wait for that.
Question 8. There was once a rumor that which wrestler KO'd Sheamus in a backstage fight? Yoshi Tatsu, Colin Delaney, Damien Sandow, or Hornswoggle?
Phil, Yoshi Tatsu.
Yoshi Tatsu,
Oh.
Yoshi Tatsu, Yoshi Tatsu. Hey!
Apparently it
I
wasn't.
actually knew that one.
Yeah, apparently it
well
wasn't
done.
true.
Look at me.
It wasn't true, did you say?
Apparently it wasn't
Oh,
true.
it wasn't true.
They let him stay
So
at
Sheamus
their
says.
house, and then there's a bit of a squabble. But
Funny,
it
he's not
wasn't.
there anymore, though, is he? To tell his tale. Eh?
Well, basically, apparently,
They got rid of him. I don't think
it was
he's
just
dead,
like a
I'm
little
pretty
bit of a shoving match, and then Sheamus won the world title, and then suddenly this story started going around that Yoshitatsu had KO'd him. And he's like, yeah, Drew heard some people talking about it, and it was like, what's he talking about? Called him out on it, apparently.
Yeah.
Question 9. Which
Oh yeah, quiz.
Yeah.
children's...
Imagine listening to this quiz.
know.
Honestly.
Some people are
Fair
weird.
play to you. Fair play
Thank
to
you very
Especially
much. but
some places it's Friday morning. They're like, right, let's get ready for work.
get
Like,
started.
this is how you've started your day.
Yeah. The only way's up.
Honestly, man. Yep, definitely up.
Which children's TV character is Sheamus kayfabe related to? Is it Little Cook, Beaker from the Muppets, Jim off of Rosie and Jim, or Chucky from Rugrats?
Good.
Well, two of them are cartoon characters.
Yep, just one more time for the people at home.
Little Cook.
Yeah.
Is this actual kayfabe,
Kayfabe.
or on WWE TV kayfabe? Because he
Yeah.
definitely had an interaction with Beaker, and I can't remember what
Oh.
it was. So Beaker.
Go on then.
He
Hey!
said, I'll see you at like a family barbecue or something.
Yeah.
And Beaker said, I told you a story about dressing as Beaker.
What a surprise. And how did you get to that conclusion,
Tell them
Adam?
sorry about you dressing like Chucky too.
Yeah.
He's taking them off one by one. I'm going to make it cool. I'm going to make it cool.
I went to...
Nigel Thornbury next. Come on, lad.
No, Thornbury's definitely 2024 's the Thornbury's year.
If you come in with the safari and
I didn't have time.
Yeah,
That's why I did the
yeah.
Chucky's
the
dad.
you revealing the gum there is just reminding me of the Beavis and Butthead sketch from SNL. That
You haven't
was.
watched this?
Phil, have you seen this?
I don't think
It's
so.
incredible
Ryan,
television.
so Ryan Gosling's obviously was the latest guest on CNN. Well, latest as of last week, and he obviously did a bunch of different sketches. One of them was a second version of his Papyrus one, which was really funny at the time. The Avatar fun, but one of the biggest pop-ups of the whole night was they did a Beavis and Butthead bit where they're doing a debate in like a question setting, and then he's an audience member. Beavis and Butthead are both audience members at different times. I don't want to go on about it because I'll never be able to make it as funny as it is, but
It's amazing.
The costume, the outfits are so good, and they haven't shown. I forget her name.
The female presenter from
Female
the
presenter
thing.
who's like doing, obviously one of the comedians who has to turn around and ask them to move seat,
Yeah.
does not know what they're going to look like, and loses her numerous
Heidi
times,
Gardner?
especially
Heidi Gardner.
Heidi. That's the name I was thinking of. Like the second one in particular is just unreal.
Yeah.
One of them sketches where it all goes off the rails.
Yeah.
It's
like,
brilliant.
Brilliant. 10 out of 10. I had him on it the other day and he was like wetting himself laughing.
Yeah, I lost
Very
a good half an hour. to that.
Very good. If you haven't seen it at home, which you probably have because you're American,
Recommendations.
Yeah.
enjoy.
Final question, just for fun.
Just for fun.
Just Daryl says next week's What Culture Live song sorted. Oh no.
Made it off for your own back. You do it all the time.
Question 10. Just before Jeff Hardy chucks his piss in Sheamus's face on a pandemic-era SmackDown
Yep. Good times.
Why are you making me remember this?
in order to allow them to wrestle at Backlash,
Times. Good times.
you hear a member of the crowd heckle what? Because obviously it's so quiet. Any shout you can hear. And the
I assume
comments-
this was before the Thunderdome where it was being muted, but it was like people's faces on there.
Yeah.
It was the really weird, like, you can't put people obviously in close proximity. But We'll just put them all behind some plexiglass. That's
What
fine.
if all of NXT are
Yeah.
behind some plexiglass?
And we filmed 12 shows in a day.
Have we done that content yet? We must have done that content yet. I was like, look who was behind the plexiglass
Yeah.
3 years later. Because it literally would be all of your
Hughes was-
favourite champions in NXT now, I'd imagine.
Hughes was the best. He was the only one who was still going after all that time.
He's a
Shotzi
worker,
was
man.
good as well, actually.
Hughes is work. I hope Hughes is all right. What
Yeah.
hope Hughes is doing?
Yeah.
I hope,
He's posting regular
I hope
content. I've
Hughes is-
subscribed to his YouTube channel. He's posting
I
regular
hope
stuff
he's
on
kicking
there.
ass. I like that guy.
So what was the heckle that we could hear?
Come on, then give us your options. I know you've worked hard on them.
Is it...
And given the fact that me and Phil won't remember this because we'll have tuned out during the pandemic.
Much as possible.
Matt Rains also says the wife is going to love watching this later. She has no choice. Have a great weekend, brothers. So yeah, what do you hear someone heckle? Do they shout, Jeff Hardy is the #1 contender?
He's going to get going, don't
Do
we?
they shout,
Yeah.
backlash? More like backslash.
Yeah.
Add that to the t-shirt.
Yep. Yep. Print. Money. Ching. Ching.
Fishbowl one's still my favourite. Because you just go, God, well, I fish wrong it.
Yeah. Well, if it's wrong up, actually, if anything. Good.
Does someone just shout, that's a lot of piss? or does someone shout,
Was Michael Hamflett here for these shows? Is that what I'm hearing? Like he was in the crowd.
yeah. Or did someone shout, uh-oh, Sheamus, you're in trouble? Which one are you going for?
You're in trouble.
I'll run through them again. Jeff Hardy's the #1 contender.
Yeah.
Backlash, more like backslash. That's a lot of piss. Oh, whoa, Sheamus.
That's a lot of piss.
Oh, Sheamus, you're in trouble.
Someone's come along
and it's best.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, yeah. You're in trouble.
Anyway, go on, Phil.
The
You
first
need-
one.
Jeff Hardy's the #1 contender.
Yeah.
No, dear, that's wrong.
You made that up.
I made that up.
You sneaky devil. What were the other three again?
You made that up.
You're
I hope
option-
you're proud of yourself.
He is.
I'm very
Every
proud.
day. Every single
Every
someone's
time I
gotta
get to
be.
question 10 on WrestleCulture, it's the proudest time of my day.
Somebody has to be proud of him. And it's him. Every day.
Your options are backlash, more like backslash. Is it, that's a lot of biz?
I just-
Or is it, uh-oh, Sheamus, you're in trouble?
Yeah. Yep. But it's not that, but I want it to be. What was number
Backlash,
two?
more like backslash.
Like backslash, actually.
No, dear, that's
Go
wrong.
on then.
Do any Americans know what slash is?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Guy with a hat and the guitar. That's him, right?
The correct answer was, in fact,
That's a lot of bits.
that's a lot
Yeah.
of biz.
That's a lot of
That's a lot of bits.
And you look, and it is
A lot of
oh,
bits.
for like, because
Yeah.
you know they go like, okay, go in this to this box and fill up this thing.
Yeah.
And Sheamus is like cutting a promo saying, and also it's weird because Sheamus is a heel, so he's cutting this promo and everyone's like, boo, 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 and he's like, and a reminder, kids, don't do drugs, and the audience goes, boo, and you're like, wait a second, what are we advocating here?
Drugs.
It's all gone wrong here. It's all gone
And he
wrong.
comes out, and is this obviously for the sake of about chucking it in his face? We know it a little bit. We want the big psh. And I'm like, you're right, Jeff. How long you been holding that one in for? It's like a beaker full.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we've all been on the BS before.
Oh dear, that's a lot of piss. So congratulations to Adam Nicholas,
Yeah, do I even want this? I don't know, but yeah, go on.
the winner of this week's quiz. And as a result, winning, you get a beaker full of my
Yeah,
piss
a
to
beaker full
take
of-
home with you. Let us know how you got on the quiz and your thoughts on whatever this is in the comment section
Some piss. Let us know.
on X at WhatCultureWWE. Well, actually, you can follow all three of us. You can follow Adam Nicholas at
It's Adam Nickelpiss, and you can follow Phil Chambers at
Piss my chambers. And you can let Adam Wilbourn know how much you piss at.
give us a piss update regularly at Adam Wilbourn. At
Send us
What
pictures
Culture-
of your piss.
Don't do that. At What Culture WWE for all of us. Subscribe to What Culture Wrestling wherever you get your podcast from for daily wrestling podcasts.
Sorry, podcast.
SmackDown preview, Dynasty preview coming away very soon as well. But for now, this has been WrestleCulture. Thanks to everyone who's joined us, all the comments, chats, etc. To Nicholas Phil, thank you for joining us, and we will see you soon. WrestleCulture is recorded whilst we all need a piss.
Wrestling! Piss.
I'll go and turn it off now.
Bye, guys. Have a good piss.
I'd love to see the retention graph on this.
Yeah. Have a good
piss, everyone.
Piss, everyone.
Enjoy.
Bye.
Treat
Thanks for
yourself to a lovely piss.
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 Piss.